taking on England, a side that is already eliminated from the competition. Which can be a tricky situation, given that they have nothing else to lose, while you guys have a semi-final spot up for grabs. How do you guys approach that situation, given that the trickiness of the situation and the stakes involved?
I don't think we'll approach it any different, to be honest. I think the nature of Champions Trophy is that it is quite cutthroat. You have to be on it every match. There's no room to actually come back if you have a bad start, like the case is with England. So I think we were always coming into this match saying that it will possibly be a sort of quarter-final type of situation. Whoever wins that will go through. I think it a little bit changes for them. They can't go through anymore, but I think to be sure, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow, but it's a match against England. We don't need any extra motivation to play England. They're a dangerous team. Yes, they haven't had a great few weeks here, but if you look at the names and their lineup, we obviously respect what they bring to the ground. So nothing actually changes for us, really. Yeah.
Thanks, Ogama. Johan.
Rassie, it's nice for you guys that you will know tomorrow exactly what to do. And do you think England will come out blazing because there's nothing for them still?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what's going to make them dangerous. Like we mentioned, they have nothing to lose. They'll be out to prove a point. They've come in for some really stern criticism from their press back home and online and so forth from the things that I've seen. So they'll be coming and saying, listen, let's go down fighting type of thing. It makes them dangerous. They're already a dangerous side to start with. So and for us, yes, we'll know exactly what we need to do or don't need to do or whatever. But like I said, it doesn't really change anything. At the end of the day, it's a match that we want to win. We want to win against England every time we play against England, so it doesn't really change. That's going to make a difference where we finish on the log. Of course it will, but we're just seeing it in isolation. Like I said, the nature of this short tournament is that you need to be your best at every game, and that starts with really just putting all your focus into what's next. So the next game for us is England, and we're preparing for them. We're getting all our boxes checked and making sure we do everything we need to do to give us the best chance to win.
Thanks. Talfa, then for those.
Thanks, Rassie. How's it, Rassie? You guys had a really good win over Afghanistan, and then I'm sure you were very primed, to take on Australia and prove yourselves again. And I just wonder, that kind of disappointment of a washout. I mean, rain can be part of cricket, but what does that do to a team who's like really geared up to go and really play properly, and then the game doesn't happen, and you just got to find a way to move forward?
Yeah, it's a strange situation. I was speaking to someone today, Ryan or someone at training, and saying like it's almost been a week since we've played. It feels like everyone else is playing, but we're not playing. Obviously, we had that match scheduled, but it didn't happen. So in between, we've had quite a few training sessions, and sometimes we have so many training sessions, it feels like, okay, what's today? Okay, today is training again. So we have another session tomorrow, which will probably be optional. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you can sit and say, okay, well, it's raining, and it would have been nice to play against Australia. Obviously, it would, but there's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. It would have been a cracking match, I think. They're playing well, even though they're missing their big three bowlers. I think we're playing well. We played well against Afghanistan, and when you're playing well, you just sort of want to keep playing. So the challenge for us is to keep that momentum from a week ago, and make sure, come on Saturday, we really fire on those things that's important to us.
Thanks, Talbot, for those.
Rassie, you touched on England and the kind of backlash, I suppose, and you were part of a team at the 2019 World Cup where maybe something similar was happening. I'm just wondering, when you're a team where nothing's really going right, or even the opposite, when you're a team where things are going right, how do you find the mindset to either switch things around or keep things going? Not to say can you give them advice, but what is that sort of thing that you go through when things are just going wrong all the time?
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, throughout my time here, we've also been in situations where you feel like you're doing everything and the results are just not going your way. So it is tough as a player, as a team, and in the environment. You sort of start to question: are we doing things the right way? Are we giving ourselves the best chance? Are we training enough? Are we training hard enough? Are we training smart enough? Are we analyzing too much? Are we analyzing too little? So you start questioning all those sort of aspects, the building blocks of what you think you need as a team to be successful. But I mean, that's why coaches are there. That's why captains are there. Management is there. Yeah, in their environment, I can't comment on that. They've obviously got some world-class players, experienced guys. Yeah, I suppose their last few weeks in the subcontinent hasn't been great for them, results-wise. I can't say why that is. You obviously read a lot of stuff online and things being said, but to be honest with you, I'm not really too fazed about that. I don't really spend too much time on where they are as a team.
Stu, for the next one.
Thanks, Lucy. Hello, Rassie. I wondered, you know, there's a possibility there's a semi-final spot on the line here. Do you have a preference, playing in Dubai or playing in Lahore, and why?
If it's a personal thing, I would say playing in Lahore because it's just good to bat there. The Dubai pitch is not as high scoring as the Lahore, but no, I don't think it really matters. I think probably logistically it will be easier to play in Lahore. You don't have to go through an international flight and go to Dubai and literally go to another country to play. Lahore's not too far from where we are at the moment, so conditions are fairly similar. But yeah, look, I think it's literally one of those things. We don't know what's going to happen until Saturday evening, and we just got to prepare for both. I then think as a team, I think team-wise, conditions-wise, I think we got everything in the locker to adapt to what's going to be in front of us. So I'm not too worried as a team where there's no location that will suit us better or worse.
Thanks, Stu. Joanne?
Hi, thanks, Lucy. Hi, Rassie. I just wanted to ask, I know a lot of South Africa's group with Australia, Afghanistan, and England, the games were played back and forth between various stadiums, and then the other group, you know, particularly India, their games were kind of drawn to one stadium. Do you think going into the semis, obviously South Africa has a chance of meeting them somewhere? Do you think they had an advantage leading up to this stage of the tournament so far?
I think it's definitely an advantage. I mean, I saw that Pakistan was commenting about it, but it's definitely an advantage. It's if you can stay in one place, stay in one hotel, practice in the same facilities, play in the same stadium on the same pitches every time, it's definitely an advantage. I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to know that. So yeah, the onus would be on them to use that advantage. I suppose in a sense it puts more pressure on them because whoever's going to play them in the semi or potentially the final is going to go there and the conditions are going to be foreign. They're going to be used to it, and I suppose the pressure would be on them to get it right because they have all that knowledge.
Thanks, Joanne. Neil?
Hi, Rassie. You said that you're not the kind of player to hang on, to your international spot. But is there a sense that, I mean, you said you'll take it series by series, and you just make sure that you're still good enough and maybe play in the 27 World Cup. But is there at the back of your mind, or maybe even at the front of your mind, that this may be your last crack at an ICC trophy? And also, forgive my stupidity, I may have missed this, but are you retired from red ball cricket?
First question first. I think it's definitely a possibility that it's my last ICC tournament, and I'm not saying that with any preconceived ideas that I'll call time on it or management will call time on my career. It's just the reality. I think it's such a great thing that there's so many young players coming through, guys really playing well. I mean, a guy like Tristan Stubbs, he's sitting on the sidelines. Tony, and even if you go into the domestic structures, Matthew Breetske came in and made that 150. You can even go further back. Luandre Pretorius just made 100, I think, yesterday against Western Province in the One Day Cup. So Ryan only starting out now, actually. So there's so many good players. So I'm not blind to the possibility that that if I don't perform, that someone won't be there to take my place. I certainly don't expect any preferential treatment, because I think in a healthy environment, guys push each other and organically push each other, and that pushes everyone to be better. So I think that's where we find ourselves now. And yeah, I'm not, like I said, for me, I always wanted to get to the Champions Trophy, which is now, and then we'll reassess after that. My national contract is coming up at the end of April, sort of May, and I suppose I'll have discussions with Rob and with Enoch and see where they see me, and what my role is going forward. And I feel like I'm playing well physically. I'm there. I'm putting a lot of time into my body still. So it can go either way. If I'm still good enough in 2 years, I'd like to think that I'm in the mix. If not, if other guys are pushing me and I can't keep up with the youngsters, then that's also fine. In terms of the red ball, I'm not officially retired. I think after my last test in Brisbane, the 2-day test, or it wasn't a long test, so I sort of took a step back to try and, for the last phase of my career, really improve on my white ball game. I think that's paid dividends. I've played in a few leagues and done well. Even leagues like T10 has, I think, taken my game forward, and I think that's why I'm feeling now. I'm still hungry. I'm still playing well, especially in white ball formats. But to be honest, I can't see myself playing any more red ball cricket. I did have a county offer thrown my way, and which I declined. Going into probably the last year or two of my career, I can't see myself playing any more red ball cricket.
Thank you.
Great, thanks, Neil. We'll look to take the last couple of questions. Fidos, go ahead.
I've got time.
Rassie, just listening to what you said there, we've seen examples even in South Africa where guys have not taken a central contract, and then obviously that opens up opportunities. And you mentioned your national contract. Is that something that you would consider, to make yourself available, but then maybe seek out league opportunities elsewhere?
Yeah, definitely for those. I think at this where I'm at the moment is, and I've had this sort of mindset for the last 2-3 years, is I think I might have said it to you as well, is my ultimate goal has always been to play for the Proteas. And people are asking me, are you going to play leagues afterwards, and are you going to spend your years, go till 40 and play leagues? I don't know if the prospect of not playing for the Proteas is away, if I still have that hunger to play in the leagues. Like I said, the Proteas and representing my country has always been one of my big and only goals. So if that falls away, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But yeah, look, contracting is coming up. It's if I'm offered another contract, I'll definitely take it and commit for that time period. And even if it is in a sense of a transition period, I would suspect that from a management point of view, your 2027 World Cup side has to start playing more regularly and start playing together. But there's a lot of leagues happening in the next few months, and everyone won't be available the whole time. So even if it's in a transitional sort of role, I definitely commit to that. And yeah, because like I said, being here is for me the ultimate thing. Leagues are nice, and but that's not my be all and end all.
Thanks, Fidos. Joanne, I just want to see if that's an old hand or a new one, and then if there are no further questions, we'll look to wrap this media off. Looks like it was. No worries. Thank you very much. That concludes the press off. Thank you very much, Rassie, for your time, and for everyone else joining. I will share the audio and video file shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
Oh, yes.